and one and two and three. And what is going on, folks? Will Turbid here. Fake Mike, real news. Whew, wow. Is today today's a great day. Today's a good day. I've been waiting for this one for a while. Waiting for this one for a while. So to be my thoughts for sure. We're also going to react to reactions because a lot of people all over the world audit them. Yo, if you want to join up, um, send you the link on Instagram if you want to join up. If anybody wants to join up, you can, depending on who you are, of course, because if you're somebody I don't know and you're going to try to form on me, then it's not happening. But audit them. I just sent you the link. Oops. Send you Hang on. Guys, if you're just joining, share the video. We're going to be talking about things that, I mean, honestly, not many other channels are going to be talking about. So, all right, just put it in there for you audit them. Let's see who's here. We got examination in the United States. Yum, you can join. I don't know. Tell me how to send you the link. David, good to see you. Rats to the moon, Angels here. What up? I can't see all your thing. Okay, driving now. Okay, cool. Examination in the United States. Guys, go over there and subscribe to that channel right now. Examination of the United States. What up, UK lady? She might even be joining us. Who knows? We'll probably have Mellows. We'll have some folks out here joining us. It's gonna be fun. And hopefully Mellows can join us too, because I got some stuff I want to put on screen, and I'm on the tablet right now, so I can't do that. So maybe someone will join us, and because otherwise you just have to hear me reading this boring shit. But it's not boring. It's very interesting. It's very enlightening. So just to kind of start, where should we start? Something that they're not going to talk about here is Henry Kissinger's relationship with the Rockefeller family. They're not going to talk about that. I haven't heard any inch of news, any little even tidbit about Henry Kissinger's involvement with the Rockefeller family. When you think of Henry Kissinger, you should think of the Rockefellers. He's a pawn. He is a stooge for the Rockefeller interest in the United States. He is a genocidal war criminal. Uh, you're gonna wait till you see some of these reactions here. I'm just gonna tell you who some of these reactions are. Some are good and some are bad. Right? We've got reactions from George Bush, Vladimir Putin, Lincoln, Netanyahu, Rishi Sunak. You guys might want to see that one. I'm not going to go over every single one, but some of the big ones. All right, we're going to go over some of these big names here. So, and if you're just joining, share the video, comment. Yeah, Henry Kissinger is a terrible, terrible person. I'm surprised he made it to 100 years old. But wow, he's also responsible for opening up China on behalf of the Rockefellers. Right, and we got the main man, Mellows.
Hello, everyone.
What's going on, Mellows? I'm gonna have to tell you, we're gonna keep it nice and saintly in here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it nice and smooth. But Mellows, welcome to the stream, guys. If you guys don't know who Mellows is, man, you should already know. Mellows has been on this channel many, many times. It's my brother. Me and him been cooking up all sorts of shit. Mostly just him. But and I'm there for it. So good day, huh?
It's an awesome day.
Unfortunately, I am currently at work, so I cannot consume any alcohol or participate in the usage of cannabis. However, as soon as I clock out and get out to my boy's crib, we're gonna have a couple brewskis for Kissinger, you know, for his death. What up, EA Audits? Nice. I just finally met EA Audits. I've been a fan of his work for a bit, and I just was able to meet him behind the scenes, so that was pretty cool. So, check here.
So what's going on?
Well, yes. So first and foremost, we're gonna change the name of the channel, but it's Examination in the United States. I want everyone to go open up another tab and please subscribe to that channel, Examination in the United States. Mellows and I are gonna talk to you about some projects that we've been cooking up here. Mellows, if I send you some articles, would you be able to put them on screen? Because I'm on my tablet and it's not allowing me to put them up on screen. If not, all right. So the first one, I'll just tell you, it's It's called from Reuters. Henry Kissinger: How the World Reacted to U.S. Diplomat's Death. Reuters. Henry Kissinger: How the World Reacted to U.S. Diplomat's Death. So in the meantime, guys, subscribe to Examination of the United States. Also subscribe to Eyes on the Audit, but subscribe to Examination of the United States. Cooking up some raw for you, some raw vegan-ish. See, make sure you guys hit the notifications too, guys, to know what's up. And when I was a kid, Kissinger's name was thrown around a lot in the 70s. I don't have good memories about him. Yeah, it's funny because in the earlier part of his career, Kissinger was seen as like a darling of the media. He was a playboy. People loved him. He would talk in this accent and say, I think geopolitically we need to open up China to Western interference on behalf of the Rockefellers. What do you guys think? Let's see, 1 to 10, that Kissinger impression. Come on. What do you think? Let's be honest here. Don't hold any punches, right? 1 to 10, Kissinger impression. And I'm going to read you some of the quotes. And there's going to be some people hating on Kissinger, which will be interesting to see. And there's going to be some people that are praising Kissinger. Anybody that praises Kissinger, you take a little bit of saliva, like this, and you turn that thumb upside down. You tell them to. So we're going to go through a list. 1 to 10, guys. I'm not seeing any 1 to 10s here. F in the chats, though. Let's throw some F in the chats, but not for Kissinger, for Harambe and Jordan Maxwell. Jordan Maxwell and Harambe, let's put F in the chat. 1 to 10. How amazing? From minimally amazing 1 to, oh my God, Will, I want you to be my grandson. 10, right? So it's 1 to 10. Let's say, were you able to finagle that little article there, Mellows? I'm feeling good, man. I'm in a good mood, bitch.
I mean, he was the original globalist, right? I mean, he was the mentor, father figure to Klaus Schwab, and a great friend to Donald Trump and all of these people.
Thank you for reminding me.
You know, he literally, what can I say about this guy?
Thank you, Juggalo.
He is literally the apex of them all. And what a great day. I hope he burns in hell.
Yeah, maybe we can later on bring up a live view because Mellows, after he tunneled through the ice wall and got to the other side to expose the whole flat Earth thing, unfortunately on the trip back, his cell phone got destroyed. So hang tight, Mel's, take over for a sec. Great job taking over, Mellows. I mean, at least say like, share, and subscribe. I mean, you just sit there and cut. Say like, share, and subscribe. All right. So yeah, were you able to figure out that article there? And yeah, people forget.
Where is it?
Can you Google it, or should I send it to you?
Send it to me. I don't know. There's a million articles.
All right, I'll send it on Telegram.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send a few to you on Telegram. So hang on a sec. And yeah, people forget that Trump, he said, I'm going to drain the swamp. And then he met with Henry Kissinger like a dozen fucking, that's an exaggeration. It's probably not a dozen, but bad times. So Henry Kissinger, Reuters.
I mean, how far back are we going? I mean, this guy was literally a war criminal before Tony Blair made it trendy, you know. In Vietnam War, he committed so many atrocious crimes, war crimes, you know, bombing Cambodia, killing thousands of civilians. I mean, this guy has got like a never-ending list of democide. I mean, his hands is dripping and soaked with the blood of innocents. Yeah.
I literally typed in Reuters and it's like it's not coming up. Like, these people are so fucking stupid. I'm just gonna read it. Like, retards. All right, here we go. Okay, so this is out of Reuters. I supposedly you can Google it. I'll show you on my tablet, but you just have to take my word for it. Reuters, 3:13 p.m. Eastern, updated 3 hours ago. The headline is Henry Kissinger. I'm not going to read everything, but how the world reacted to U.S. diplomat death, because I got a few articles here, right? November 30th, Reuters. There are reactions. Here are reactions to the death of Henry Kissinger, a controversial Nobel Peace Prize winner who left an indelible mark on U.S. foreign policy. Now, I don't know who killed more as a Nobel Peace Prize winner, whether it was Obama or Henry Kissinger, but those have to be undoubtedly the two most murderous Nobel Peace Prize
Well,
winners.
Obama was literally Henry Kissinger's puppet. You know, the whole Obama administration was crafted by Henry Kissinger, in my opinion, and his like. You know, the power behind Obama is, or was, should I say, Henry Kissinger. And a lot of these people who, like Biden, for instance, you know, all of these people who sit in those positions of power, there is a power behind them, and that power was this fucking monster that just died today. Hallelujah, right? So I think
We
that
get an abnormally low amount of people watching us right now, so share the video, guys. I don't know what's going on here. This would be a celebration here. But regardless, people will watch this later, so let's get to the information. Um, this is the reaction of Winston Lord. He's the former U.S. ambassador to China and Kissinger's former special assistant at the National Security Council. The world has lost a tireless advocate for peace.
okay.
A genocidal maniac guilty of war crimes is a tireless advocate for peace. Apparently,
Yeah, yeah. Who was it that said the? Oh God, I forgot that quote. Sorry, I just had a bit of brain fries. I'm going to Google it so I don't bust the quote.
while you Google that, I'm going to give you the reaction of former U.S. President George W. Bush. America has lost one of the most dependable and distinctive voices on foreign affairs, the passing of Henry Kissinger. I've long admired the man who fled the Nazis as a young boy from a Jewish family, then fought them in the United States Army. Blah, 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 blah. So George Bush likes him. Hmm. Oh, and what did I tell you? The Rockefellers wanted to open up China and take the United States from the number one superpower and replace it with China. And that's what happened with Nixon, Kissinger, and Rockefeller in the 70s. China's foreign ministry states, quote, Dr. Kissinger was a good old friend of the Chinese people. He is a pioneer builder of Sino-U.S. relations. Exactly. He's the one that sold out everyone to China. Those slave camps that they have over there where they build your iPhones, you can thank Henry Kissinger for that. All those jobs that left the United States to go to China, you can thank Henry Kissinger, David Rockefeller, and Richard Nixon.
He is he is one of the architects that of everything you see here today. The whole future that they've planned out for us. He was one of the main orchestrators of the whole thing. You know, so he's not
And
something.
and so this one here might surprise some of the Republicans. Let's see. And actually, I got to Google Donald Trump's response because I'm not sure. I haven't even looked that up. Because we're going to get into that. So stay tuned for that. So this is how Vladimir Putin responds. Vladimir Putin, remember, he's the one that kicked all the bankers and the oligarchs out of Russia. He's working for us, guys. This is what he has to say about good old Henry Kissinger. Quote, this is Vladimir Putin. The name of Henry Kissinger is inextricably linked with a pragmatic foreign policy line, which at one time made it possible to achieve. He goes on to say, I had the opportunity to personally communicate with this deep, extraordinary man many times, and I'll undoubtedly retain the fondest memory of him. A war criminal, of course. Well, Putin's a war criminal, and Kissinger's a war criminal, so no wonder. No wonder. Let's see what Netanyahu says. Netanyahu says, "Hey, brother, like and subscribe, guys. We're gonna tell you what Netanyahu has to say. One sec. Share the video, guys. This is good news. Good news today. I wish I could be drinking and celebrating. Cannot be doing that yet. Okay." Benjamin Netanyahu says, quote, Dr. Kissinger's departure marks the end of an era, one in which his formidable intellect and diplomatic prowess. I mean, if diplomatic prowess somehow means bombing the shit out of innocent brown people committing war
He's the
crimes,
biggest, baddest bully on the block.
then yeah, I would say that's some pretty formidable diplomatic prowess. Shaped not only the course of American foreign policy, but also had a profound effect on the global stage. He continues, I had the privilege of meeting Dr. Kissinger on numerous occasions, the most recent being just 2 months ago in New York. Each meeting with him was not just a lesson in diplomacy, but also a masterclass in statesmanship. His understanding of the complexities of international relations and his unique insights into challenges facing our world are unparalleled. Now, let's have a word from the British Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, who is a Goldman Sachs. Why don't you tell people a little bit about Rishi Sunak for the people that are outside of the UK?
Say again? You want me to tell you about Rishi Sunak?
Yeah, maybe a couple points that we don't
You
know.
want me to make it short? He's a knobhead.
Whatever you want to do. He's a Goldman Sachs banker, right?
He's a Goldman Sachs banker. He's a puppet of the highest order. He's a greedy little son of a bitch.
Isn't he down with the World EF too?
Yeah, he's a global world leader, globalist. So yeah, he would be definitely crying about Mr. Kissinger. You know, he's he is a product of. I mean, basically, Henry Kissinger created this WEF monster that you see before you. You know, he literally orchestrated the whole thing. He mentored and trained and taught Mr. Klaus Schwab, the leader of this whole thing. So he's been laying the plans right from back, you know, from since Vietnam, you know, when he bombed the shit out of the Cambodians. And so he's been there from the get-go. He was there when they assassinated Kennedy, you know.
Yeah. All right. So this is what Mr. Sunak, the British Prime Minister, has to say about the passing of Henry Kissinger. Quote, I had the great pleasure of spending time with Dr. Kissinger at number 10 earlier this year. I learned so much from him, from studying his work as a student to reading his most recent books as Prime Minister. Henry had a great affinity for and understanding of the UK. Many friends and admirers here. I know Theo was one of his biggest admirers. As you said earlier, he was a titan of international diplomacy who led a remarkable life. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. Um, so that's one article. So you can see people like if you want to just want everybody. This is cool because anybody that says anything nice about Henry Kissinger, we know that uh, they're going to be a baddie and they're not on our side. Hey, what's up, UK lady?
Hello, how are you? I thought I'd come give you a hand.
Tremendous. I'm very excited about the passing of our old friend Henry Kissinger. How are you doing today, player?
Everybody's all good.
Yeah, how you doing, player?
No, I'm doing really good. Just being enlightened. I've been watching lots of videos today and learning lots of new things. It's nice to hear.
All right. So Emmanuel Macron, who's also a was he a Goldman Sachs? He was he may have been Goldman Sachs too, but he was definitely a Rothschild banker.
Mm-hmm.
So the head of France, Emmanuel Macron, has to say about Henry Kissinger. Quote, Henry Kissinger was a giant of history. His century of ideas and diplomacy had a lasting influence on his time and on our world. That's true. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. He was a giant of history. So, yikes. Vladimir Putin, right? We already went over him. Foreign Minister of Ukraine. Bootlicking him too. Let's see what David Cameron has to say. This is a tweet here. Look, I wish I could show you this tweet. Henry Kissinger's like this, and Cameron's like bending over. It says, "Most saddened to hear that Henry Kissinger has passed away. Only a few months ago, we discussed issues as wide-ranging as the war in Ukraine, the threat Iran presents, and the fresh challenges posed by Russia and China. Even at 100, his wisdom and thoughtfulness shone through." Aww. What a guy.
Nobody ever tells the truth in an obituary, though. Let's face it. How many obituaries do you see that say this person was a bit of an a-hole? You know what I mean?
It's true.
If I put my mind to it, I could probably make him a good one.
Yeah, no, I would love. Yeah. And then so Mike Pompeo, former Secretary of State, former head of the CIA. Henry Kissinger was a model of service and a great American.
Right, the greatest.
He was a model. That fat loser is dead, bro.
Yeah, that's not really who I choose to model my life or my children's lives upon.
Yeah, who is is there anybody out there that actually role modeled their life on Henry Kissinger? Please call it.
Donald Trump, Netanyahu, Zelensky, Justin Trudeau, Rishi Sunak, Macron,
Macron, that's who I was thinking of.
Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg.
Chris DeLello, are you trolling? I hope you're trolling right now. I hope you're trolling. If you're not, be honest with me. And this is okay. So all you Republicans, again, remember Trump met with them like a bunch of times, right? Right, and this is right after he said he was going to drain the swamp. I mean, if there's ever a creature from the Blue Lagoon in the swamp, that's Henry Kissinger. I mean, seriously, bro. So Trump meets with him. So Mitch McConnell, as you would expect, quote, says, "A titan among America's most consequential statement." Then the new Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, another Republican, called Kissinger's contributions to U.S. foreign policy immeasurable. And he was talking about ensuring global peace, right?
Bombing the shit out of everyone.
Yeah.
Always works.
Right? And you know what's so funny is because
that
the
makes
left...
me so peaceful.
Okay, the left... No, it is not something good. Okay, I'll tell you why it's not something good. Because one, while he was in Vietnam, he illegally allowed the bombing of Laos and Cambodia, which is a war crime, right? Not to mind that the Vietnam War should have never happened. First and foremost, I mean, he bombed, he put U.S. soldiers into aerospace and on the ground into different countries without a declaration of war, not once but twice, which led to the.
And he also used chemical weapons for the first time ever in an act of war,
which leads to countless deaths, chemical weapons over generations. On top of the fact that Vietnam War itself was not a war. It itself is a war crime. It itself, because according to the United States Constitution, you have to be able to. Congress declares war. That's why
right. It has to be It has to be two governing bodies, not just somebody in a country saying that we're declaring war. The governments have to declare them.
Yeah, exactly. And so they call it a conflict but they're very clear. You can't even send troops anywhere in the Constitution unless Congress authorizes it. So literally every military engagement, war, conflict, whatever word you want to give it, where the U.S. it's a war. It's a war. Every single one of them is illegal. It's unconstitutional, and totally messed up. So Vietnam wasn't even a legal war. So
sorry, I'll change my avatar before I turn off.
You're a good player. All right. So so here we got a few more for you too, and I want to talk about a couple of things too. Oh yeah, so Chris Christie, right? Chris Christie, and the left has been loving Chris Christie because he's been going after Trump. Let's see if they love him now when they say that reacting his death, it says, leaves a void all around the world. Quote, he was a brilliant voice for the indispensable role America must play in the world. And Christie tweeted, calling Kissinger a, quote, good friend and mentor. And then Tim Scott, everyone was like, "Oh, Tim Scott, he's cool." Um,
How can
Tim
he be a
Scott
good
says,
friend and mentor to him?
yeah, seriously, right? So you basically, Tim Scott loves him. Mitch Romney loves him. Mitt Romney loves him. Of course, you know that. Putin loves him. Netanyahu loves him. Um, okay. Anybody want to guess what Tony Blair said about him?
Oh, he
Tony
probably
Blair
licked his
says,
boots.
he says, former British Prime Minister Tony Blair said on X that Kissinger elevated diplomacy to, quote, a form of art.
Hmm.
Murdering innocent people is now a form of art. Wow.
How do they justify themselves? How can they sleep at night knowing that they're doing this?
How about we read some of his quotes?
That's a great
Uh,
idea.
if you want to get some to me and I can vet some, because I know there are some fake ass some of his quotes out there, but yeah, we should do that. That's a great idea.
Well, 1974, Henry Kissinger. Depopulation should be the highest priority of foreign policy towards the third world.
Let's see if you said that. Depopulation should be the highest priority. Kissinger. Let's see if that comes up. In the meantime, let me clear some of these tabs. And I have to give credit where credit is due. Rolling Stone was the only one that had. Oh, what's up, Hard Dare Farmer? Good to see you. The only one. Get some comments in here. Share the video, guys. This is we're celebrating. If you got them, light them on up. And I got to give Rolling Stone a lot of credit for this. And Rolling Stone did, although I disagree with them a lot, they did a pretty good job overall when it came to Jeffrey Boy. Rolling Stone headline this morning: Henry Kissinger, war criminal beloved by America's ruling class, finally. I mean, that's that's pretty well put. Um, let's see. Okay, so now I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you a couple people who were not so happy about this here. Okay, because I've been giving you all the good ones. Um, While Kissinger was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his role in negotiating a ceasefire in Vietnam in 1973, many in the region accused him of prolonging the conflict and point to his authorization of secret bombing campaigns in Laos and Cambodia. Dr. Sofal Ir, an associate professor at Arizona State University's Thunderbird School of Global Management, who was born in Cambodia and who, as a child, fled the brutal Khmer Rouge regime, described Kissinger's legacy in the country of, quote, one of horror. Quote, Kissinger's impact on Cambodia is in the deaths and continuing unexploded ordinances littering the country, the physical maiming, the loss of human capital, and the mental health toll that millions suffer. The bombing took a heavy toll and destabilized the country at a critical juncture, he said. Vu Minh Hong, a faculty member in history and Vietnam studies at Fulbright University, Vietnam, said he believed Kissinger, quote, prolonged a very bloody war unnecessarily from 1968 to 1973, which may have also denied the Vietnamese a more peaceful and inclusive reunification and national reconciliation. And one more thing here. And when he was asked how others feel about Kissinger's death, it's hard to say, he added, quote, mostly I think people who care will be happy to hear of it, but most would have moved on. Some will be sad, as they are with the passing of any sort of celebrity, particularly Western celebs, which is pretty fucking interesting. Um, pretty much interesting. Let's see what else we got here. German Chancellor always loves them. Yeah, so it's basically the same people. Let's see what Donald Trump said about Donald Trump, Kissinger. Yeah.
Donald Trump could walk right up to someone in the street and shoot them dead and nothing would happen to him. Remember when he said that?
Yeah, he said I could shoot somebody in the street and nothing, and my people wouldn't care.
He said I would never get arrested because he knows
Guys,
there's a
share the
loophole
video.
about that.
Yeah.
Am I okay to smoke on your channel? That's why I've turned my camera off. You're muted.
Yeah, you're good to smoke. You're good to smoke.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm looking through. See here, I'm trying to find that exact quote.
Hello, Sir Drama.
Let's see if we can find the exact thing. See the. Some of these quotes people be fucking faking them. You know? Let's see.
Yeah, the depopulation quote is just, it's scary to think that that's what they want to do.
It is really scary to think that that's what they want to do, unfortunately.
Popular man.
Okay, weird. That's so weird. Oh, let's get to your questions, comments in a sec too. I'm just trying this website's going super slow. Thank you, Sir Drama, for coming, and thank you, UK lady, for bringing. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. I've shared your link into BBA's Discord as well.
Oh, appreciate that. Yeah, shout out to Bear Britain Audits, man. He took a piss in this guy's chips the other day. That shit was funny as hell. Yeah, that was fucking awesome. Yeah, see, I can't find where this guy said this quote. It might be a real quote, but I'm not going to waste my. Let's see the fact check by Zebra Fact Check.
Have a good night, Chris. Yeah, I've not even checked the news about this at all.
Yeah, I mean, I literally, so I basically unfollowed pretty much everybody on Facebook and most of the social media platforms. So I don't really like I go on there if I want to look at someone's page, I'll go and look it up myself. But Facebook really wants to reel me back in, so they'll be like, "Oh, this person posts a status update," and then I have to go and I have to say, "Don't show me any more of this thing." So someone posted something, and it kind of gave a preview, and I was like, "Henry Kissinger died?" And I was like,
Well, there is a channel on Twitter called "Is Henry Kissinger Dead Yet?" I've been
"It's
following
true.
him since 2021.
It's true." And you know what? I'm gonna see. We've checked in with that recently. Let's see what they say on there. I'm glad you brought that up. And the memes, guys. By the way, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, follow me on all platforms. It's $ FakeMicRealNews on Cash App, FakeMicRealNews on PayPal, FakeMicRealNews on Twitter, FakeMicRealNews on Instagram, Will Turbit, TURBITT on Facebook. You can go to my website, FakeMicRealNews.com. We're going to be updating that very soon, per usual, and find all my social media links over there. But yeah, you guys are going to want to go over to my Instagram and give me a follow, FakeMicRealNews NYC. You're going to have to see some of the memes I put up today. Because they're spicy, and I'll just leave them at that. So make sure you go give me a follow over there too. And UK lady, you have a channel too. Why don't you tell people about?
Oh no, I'm not doing anything with my channel. I've not decided to put it anywhere yet or do anything with it. So
Right, well,
once I have a vision and a voice, I'll happily let everybody know about it. But just a few jokes and clips and things. You can find me on YouTube with the same name.
So November 16th, is Henry Kissinger dead yet? On Twitter posted, no, sad face. 2 days ago, he posted, no, and
Still,
despite everyone's thoughts and prayers, this account will be 2 years old next week. But then, 22 hours ago, we have a post, all caps, YES. Oh, yeah. Let's see how many posts and retweets this has. Oh my God, bro. So this tweet right here has nearly 20 million views. It has 428,000 likes, nearly 10,000 bookmarks, 12,000 quotes, and 125,000 reposts. Now I will be going onto Twitter right now, so please follow me on Twitter and repost my repost or X or whatever. And I'm going to post
well, do you have anything about the story of him smuggling all that heroin in? He smuggled 125 kilos of heroin into the U.S. on his plane.
Kissinger?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was on some mercy mission for big cyclones in Bangladesh. And somebody says they knew one of the cooks on the plane and they gave him $100,000 to look the other way. And unknowingly, he smuggled in 125 kilos of heroin.
I did not know about that.
No, he was going to search his plane.
Wow.
I wouldn't want to be the bastard that made that call. The Animaniacs video is playing quite a lot in a lot of these memes of them taking over all the different countries.
Yeah, we got Big G. Source for what? What are we looking for the people source? Get a shave. Big G saying, yeah, maybe I should get a cheese. Maybe I should get a shave. Yeah, so today's a good day, bro. Today's a really good day. Henry Kissinger has died at the age of 100. Kind of messed up that these people get to live to 100. Rockefeller lived to 99. So on and so forth, man. That's
And he didn't even believe in God.
I mean, I don't believe in a religion myself. I do believe that there's a higher power. That's my personal opinion, But yeah, they don't even. Maybe that's the key to their success. I don't know what the key to the success is. I guess even if the key to success is killing babies, like apparently, I mean, it's not something I'm going to do. I'd rather just die young and
I just found a quote from Anthony Bourdain that says, once you've been to Cambodia, you'll never stop wanting to beat Henry Kissinger to death, but with your bare hands.
Yep. And I
pretty
did
profound.
verify that quote earlier. And yeah, he also, Mr. Bourdain, also had some very interesting things to say about the Clintons. As a matter of fact, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it's FakeMicRealNews on Twitter. And you scroll back just a little bit, maybe I don't know, 10, 20 posts or so, you'll find some very interesting things. I actually reposted some very interesting things about Anthony Bourdain. Really weird. We're not celebrating the criminal. We're celebrating the fact that he's no longer alive. This must be your first time here. Yeah, we're not friends or fans of Henry Kissinger here at all. No. He is a genocidal war criminal. He's nobody's friend. And yeah, he basically was a puppet for the Rockefellers. I mean, obviously we should be putting some of the blame here on the Rockefellers. He was an agent of the Rockefellers, but he was glad to go along with it. He was happy. He loved the spotlight. And I'm just glad that enough people are aware that Henry Kissinger is a bad dude. Because, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, he was a darling. Everyone loved him. He was like a cool hip guy. I don't know why. I don't know how. He was on late shows and like craziness.
I didn't know that the New York Times suppressed coverage of the killing fields because they were worried it would make communism look bad. And when they finally reported on it, Chomsky claimed that they made it up.
Noam Chomsky said that they made it up?
Yep.
Noam Chomsky's another puppet.
Well, yeah, not only that, but this is crazy too.
And see, even Bernie Sanders thought he was one of the most destructive secretaries of state in the modern history of our country.
Okay, so
The
most
pot
people-
calling the kettle black.
Mhm.
Bernie Sanders.
Exactly.
Yeah, even Bernie Sanders. Did you guys watch that thing with Bernie Sanders when he was when that guy stood up and offered the other guy out in the meeting that he was chairing, and he was trying to. It was funny.
Oh, see if you can find a clip of it. I'd love to watch that. I don't know if you can play clips on here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and just to while Mel may or may not try to pull that up, we're going to be careful with the clips we play. And if we do play a clip, we're going to pause it after about 30 seconds, talk about it, and then do it. But yeah, Noam
That sounds great.
Chomsky, he had financial ties. Jeffrey Epstein moves money for Noam Chomsky. So people think he's some kind of like, you know, anti-war leftist, like a cool leftist guy. Yeah, he's an Epstein guy, unfortunately.
Well, he personally ordered the carpet bombing of Cambodia, killing all those people.
But if you talk to Tony Blair,
dive into the future of video.
All right.
I'm just so mad I can't smoke and drink with y'all right now because a day like today deserves it. I'm counting down the minutes till work ends, so I get out and have a nice beer. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So, what do you want me to put it in the private chat?
I can't play anything because I'm on my tablet here, and because last time I tried to go live on my laptop and the stream was really, really bad, so I'm gonna have to
Screen share.
tinker with that a little bit too. Can you share your screen by any chance?
Try.
Let's see here.
Bob Dylan's outlived another elitist ghoul.
Well, Bob Dylan said he sold his soul, so maybe that's the way these jokes get so rich. He said that on a 60 Minutes interview. I don't even believe in the devil, so I don't know how the fuck he's gonna sell his soul. But Jesus Jones, I hope you're right about that. I really do hope you're right about that. It's a shame that people like Saville, Rockefeller, Kissinger, all these Colin Powell, George Bush the first, they all die and like they never like they get to live. I don't. You guys know I'm not violent, and if you don't know what Fake Mike stands for, we're here to create a more altruistic world through nonviolence and Socratic method. So, but I mean, it's how did these people not ever like go to trial, get to jail, or at least widely condemned and vilified by the public and society at large? It's messed up, man. We're not doing our job because the media and the government can try to foist people upon us. But if we don't accept it, we don't accept it, and that's what it comes down to. You know, we have to call these jerks out. I mean, we get on Twitter, follow me, FakeMicRealNews, and then when David Cameron posts up that, go to David Cameron's Twitter, and then get that picture he posts up with Henry Kissinger and repost it and say two pale war criminals, two pale loser war criminals, howling around, destroying the world. Let them know we're not having this. Silence is consent, guys. That's how we've gotten this far. The governments that we have now has been choosing the lesser of two evils for generations now. Now we're at a point where we can't vote our way out of this bitch. So we need to start doing some peaceful non-compliance with these fools, because all it takes for evil to triumph is for good men and women to do nothing. Is there anyone that I do like? Good question, Chris DeLello. Yeah, I love my mama, I love my family, I love my friends. On the massive worldwide political scale, there is one congressman that I like. He's the only libertarian congressman. His name is Justin Amash. Before Justin Amash came in, it was Ron Paul. I fuck with Ron Paul heavy. Rand Paul, his son, not so much. I don't fuck with Rand Paul. Fuck with Ron Paul. But at the end of the day, like I said, you can't vote your way out of this. You can't vote out the CIA. You can't vote out the Federal Reserve System. It doesn't make a difference if you have Jesus in the presidency for 40 years and Buddha and Muhammad and Gandhi and all the Mother Teresa. It's not going to make a difference. So that's the real problem. And but each time you say their name to gain authority, that may be true. That may be true. But at the end of the day, people have to understand that they have an authority over them. People don't understand that they are being controlled, and that these tyrants, war criminals, genociders, and worse. And so people cannot take action against a problem, of course, non-violently, unless they know that there is indeed a problem. So that's just my job here, is to let people know, hey, there's a problem. We've got a problem here. And it's kind of unfortunate too, because I actually said on a recent stream that I found out where Kissinger lived, and I was going to go, because I confronted a bunch of these fools. I was going to go over and confront Kissinger, but he.
Do you mind giving EA audience a bit of a brief history of Kissinger and why we hate him so much?
Yeah, so I mean, Kissinger was Secretary of State under Nixon and Ford, and it's interesting too how Nixon went down, Kissinger didn't go down. The best way to think of, but he played a large role in foreign policy in the United States for a very long time. He was instrumental in, China was kind of a closed off world. He was instrumental in opening up China. What does that mean? It means he went over there at the behest of the Rockefellers, Kissinger, to basically, China was its own place, right? And it was kind of closed off to the rest of the world. He went over there, and now all of a sudden, all the U.S. manufacturing jobs left, and everything's made in China now. And hey, I'm all for that, but also I'm all for that. Interesting, supplanter. You got something that is going against what I have to say, and I'll check that out. But so give me a sec on that comment. But so yeah, so he's the one. He's the reason that China, your iPhone is made in a slave factory now in China. He's also a major player behind the scenes at the Council on Foreign Relations. What is the Council on Foreign Relations? Council on Foreign Relations is the sister organization to a British group called the Royal Institute of International Affairs. What is the Royal Institute of International Affairs? It's a foreign policy think tank centered in the UK. And this group was established after Lord Rothschild's fifth will. And Lord Rothschild, working with several other members of the British Empire in the late 1800s and early 1900s, like Alfred Milner, Cecil Rhodes, and others, working with Lord Rothschild in Lord Rothschild's fifth will in the book The Anglo-American Establishment, which is written by historian and author Carroll Quigley from Georgetown University, very reputable individual. He talks about how he actually, Mellows, mute up for me, please. He actually reproduces Rothschild's fifth will, and in that will, he says he's financing the creation of a secret society to recapture the United States and the entire world under the British Dominion. And he indeed did do that. And so what happened was the Royal Institute of International Affairs, along with the Rothschild family, Cecil Rhodes, Alfred Milner, they controlled every form of information that you could obtain back in the late 1800s to early 1900s in the UK. So if they had their people as deans at Oxford, All Souls, and Balliol, so if you wanted to get a good education, you had to go through those guys. They had their people at the Times.
They had their people at the British Library.
They had their people at the British Library. Rudyard Kipling, so fiction. These people were also responsible for that. And then fast forward to the United States, the Royal Institute of International Affairs, which I said was an offshoot of Rothschild's will, which was to re-encapsulate, basically have the entire globe under British rule. They created a sister organization here in the United States known as the Council on Foreign Relations. Hey, brother. And the Council on Foreign Relations is just like the British counterpart, where it's allegedly a geopolitical foreign policy think tank. However, basically almost every single president we've had, Democrat or Republican, almost every single secretary of state, Democratic, Republican, heads of the World Bank, the World Trade Organization, are all members of the Council on Foreign Relations. And the American version was created by the Rockefellers, J.P. Morgan, the Bush family, the CIA, Dulles brothers. So it's the same names. So basically, long story short, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Royal Institute of International Affairs, Henry Kissinger, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Bilderberg Group, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Central Intelligence Agency, Federal Reserve Banking System, United Nations, and others are all a part of the Rockefeller-Rothschild world plan to create a one world government. And Kissinger, working on behalf of the Rockefellers, has done that along with committing genocide by illegally bombing Laos and Cambodia. As we discussed earlier, there is a whole shit ton of unexploded mines and bombs. People to this day are still being born maimed. There's chemical war, the fact that the Vietnam War wasn't even legit in the first place, slave labor in China. And as we read quotes, all the people that were sad to hear him die were a bunch of war criminal genociders, right, for the most part. So let's go back up to that quote, to the question Supplanter said. Supplanter was going against something I said, and I actually appreciate the whole silence is consent bullshit is part of what they consider to be lesser magic. They announce their plans in plain sight, and they claim that if you do not voice up, they consent. Yes, that's true from their perspective, but at the same time, what I was saying is if people like us know that something's going on, we don't inform people, we don't do anything, then that's our consent. Then we're letting them do that. Yes, it's true. Like they can just say, oh, by the way, they can be like, in other news, and they can like sneakily say, oh, by the way, they can, so we're gonna bomb this place. Da, da, da. Yeah, that's different. You know what I'm saying? That's different. Well, I'm sorry you don't want to know about these people, EA, but these are the most important, influential people in the world. They're ruining our lives right now. I'm sure that when the British came over in the Revolutionary War, the Americans were like, I don't really want to know about these redcoats right now. And I'm sure that
my ancestors would have loved that.
Yeah, nobody ever wants to be invaded. Nobody ever wants, like, I'm sure, like, when the U.S. is still committing a genocide today in Yemen, the people of the United States, we don't want to talk about that genocide. People of Yemen, no, I'm not bothered by that. I'm sorry, but we got to talk about this. I mean, I could talk about.
We got to have uncomfortable conversations if we're ever going to move forward.
Exactly. Hey, Gem City News. I'm not sure who you are or your wife is, but that's very thoughtful. And then we have Orlando 360 saying fake Mike Real News is a loser. His family hates him. As a matter of fact, my family doesn't hate me because my family made me a vegan turkey for Thanksgiving, cool. And it was delicious. And I see my grandmother and my mother every weekend. We go out to brunch or lunch or dinner. Not dinner because I work, or breakfast, I should say. So that is false.
Some of the best stuffing I've ever had was vegan.
Mine too. Yeah. Well, now I shouldn't say the best. Yeah. Nobody expects.
It's cooked in a slow cooker, like a crock pot.
And even if my family does hate me, who cares? Like, I don't care. Yes, I have been arrested over and over again, but I don't have a criminal record. Because every time they have to drop the charges, because every time they're wrong, because every time they get butthurt, because I trigger them, because they get triggered. They get so mad at the words I say, the truth that I speak, that their butt gets in the clench, and they're not man enough to do anything about it, so they have to arrest me, and they drop the charges. Yes, I've been arrested over and over and over again, Orlando 360. And you know who else was arrested over and over and over again? Martin Luther King Jr. You a bad person? Jesus Jones, yeah. David Icke was David Icke was ahead of his time on a lot of things. Can't say I agree with him on every single thing, but I was definitely. And you notice, I'll say this too. Anybody that's watched this channel for more than a few episodes know that every once in a while there'll be people that pop into the channel and they'll say, "Hey, Will, you look stupid. Hey, Will, you look gay with your nails done. Hey, Will, you're wearing red and black. Toronto Raptors hat. I guess you're a communist shape-shifting reptilian. Hey, Will, you look like this, you look like that. But you know what I've yet to have anybody say to me? I've yet, and I always ask them this, and they always become extremely quiet. Hey, how are you? I say, can you please name an Orlando 360? First of all, Orlando's my city. I love Orlando. I live in Orlando. You're not cool enough to be there. Oh, we got Rogier in the chat saying what's up to Mellows. What's up, Rogier? Ding dong, the K is dead. That's right, Rogier. So I challenge Orlando 360 and any other of my haters, and not one of them has ever done it. And I say the same thing for years and years and years, and then they shut the hell up because they can attack me, but they can't attack the fact. And I always ask the haters, I say, name one thing I've ever said that was specifically factually incorrect. Name one thing I've ever said, Orlando 360. Nobody kick them out. And if you're a moderator on this channel, nobody kick nobody out. Name one thing I've ever said that is specifically factually incorrect. I dare you. I defy you. You can't do it. You can't do it. You could say, hey, Will, you got stupid ears. Hey, Will, your beard looks like a little... Go ahead. You can say that. I don't care. This is not a beauty pageant. I'm not here to win friends, family members. I'm not here to be... I don't put makeup on. I'm not here to look cute for you motherfuckers. This is like if I was...
We can arrange that, you know.
There's no makeup ever going on this face. Maybe some black war paint on the nails again, but never know. Yeah, so Planter, thank you very much. How many 1A orders have Fritz Springmeier as a semi-regular guest? Matter of fact, we got a new video coming out with him soon, so stay tuned. Fritz is the man, bro. Fritz is the man. By the way, Jesus Jones. What is that? Is that Boris? Is that a puppet of Boris Johnson as your profile picture there? What is that? I can barely see because it's so small. It's pretty funny looking.
Spitting image one, isn't it?
Hey, Will, what cabinet will the Dutch have? I think Wilder's get. Actually, Rozier, I wanted to ask you about that. Because the news here in the United States is reporting far right. They're basically saying that Wilders is basically the Dutch Trump. What do you say to that, Rozier? Do you think he's the Dutch Trump? Because obviously, I don't know. Here in the United States, they don't let us know anything about if it's from outside the country. It'll be Canada, and it'll be like a baseball score. The Blue Jays. That's oh yeah. So the link, Rozier, let me send you the link in on your Facebook Messenger. Hang on a tick, Mike.
All right, mate.
Man, really wish I could be having a sip or two. That would be nice. I'm surprised Donald Trump has yet to react. I'm gonna Google that again in a sec. I'm getting the link for you there, Roger. Hang on.
How is audits in America anyway, Enrique?
Well, he's good. He reached out to me the other day and he said he was in San Antonio, and he said, man, this NSA security is super large. I'm like, whoa. And we got CPR audits.
I'm not sure about that.
Oh boy, hold on. Didn't Auditing America get roasted today on Here's the Deal channel?
Bring it up.
What? I don't want to watch that right now. That's because I'm not getting hit with a copyright strike. I barely ever play anybody else's stuff. I play my shit.
Dan wouldn't give you a copy. He wouldn't do that.
Well, the thing is, I can't do it anyways, honestly, because I can't share screen on this tablet. So, oh, Rozier, welcome to the stream.
Rozier, how you doing, bro?
Hello to you all from the Netherlands. How are you guys doing?
Oh man,
Thank you.
Can't wipe the smile off my face today, Henry Kissinger. You know what I'm saying? How you doing?
Yeah, good news, right? Henry Kissinger is dead. I mean,
I'm pretty darn excited. I can't. By the way, Rozier, I'll just mention again. Let me keep it nice and clean here on this stream because I know we can get into stuff. What's your avatar there? It looks kind of cool. What you got going on there?
That's a DC character named the Spectre.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, there's also a James Bond movie named Spectre. I know.
Hmm.
So yeah, the
So yeah,
Dutch
so talk to me.
elections.
Yeah, so talk to us about Wilder. For people that don't, well, why don't you just tell people what's going on in general, right? Because most of the people watching the stream probably don't know what's going on. I know there's a lot of people that do know what's up, but there's a lot of people that don't. So as somebody from the Netherlands, maybe if you could tell people what's been going on and who this dude is.
So first of all, we had 4 cabinets of Mark Rutte, which was our prime minister, and a very bad guy in doing so. And we had elections on 22 November, which was pretty recently, and Wilders had won, and basically it's going to be very hard to make a coalition because he doesn't have many seats. He does have 37 seats of the 150, and you need 75 seats to make a coalition, or 76 basically to make a coalition. And all these political parties that also were running are saying we don't want to have Wilders as a prime minister, so we don't want a cabinet Wilders. And basically, there are negotiations going on within political factions, and it's going to be very hard to make a coalition because the VVD, which Mark Rutte came from, has a new political leader, and she had said we're not going to cooperate with Wilders, and so it's going to be very very hard to make a coalition.
How
And
would you agree with the assessment that he's the Dutch version of Trump? Are there any similarities? Are they different? How would you overall rate him?
well, he's not really a businessman. I mean, he's been a politician for 30, 40 years now. So he's never been in business. So he's not really a businessman like Trump is, you know. But he is anti immigration and stuff like that. He does support Trump, and he's also a fan of Orban, the prime minister of Hungary. So yeah, he's on the Trump train basically of leaders. You also have Nigel Farage, like over there in England,
Mhm.
right? So but he's not Trump. No, I can't compare him with being a businessman, or he's not that. No.
Okay.
So what do you foresee happening now that he's taken power? How do you think that'll change things? I mean, you kind of mentioned it before that they might not be able to get a coalition, but as far as long-term impact.
Well, basically, there's a whole shift in Europe. Uh, Many countries are choosing right-wing parties, right, to lead a coalition. And over here in the Netherlands, we have the same. We basically have one right-wing party and 2 left-wing parties that don't want to make a coalition with a right-wing party. So it's going to be very hard for the Netherlands for the next coming months. So yeah, just wait and see, basically.
And tell people, man, what have you been up to on your channel lately, and how can people find you again?
I haven't done much because I've been sick for a very long time.
Mhm.
How you feel?
So
I know you've
sorry.
been sick. I know you've been sick. How you feeling now?
I'm doing better. So yeah. So my channel hasn't been really active. I have done the Dutch elections in English. So yeah, but I
So that's
haven't been
what we
active
have to
very
look up.
much. I haven't been active very much, so yeah.
We got a question here. Robert's asking, is he a Zionist? Do you know if he's a Zionist?
He does support Israel, so he's on that side of the fence. And he did went to Tel Aviv back in 2002, 2003 or something. And he said to the Knesset, right, to the government, just take over the West Bank,
No.
do your stuff. So, yeah, he is pretty much a Zionist, yeah.
And as you guys can see, we've had Eyes on the Audit in the chat. That's Mello's channel over there. We do reviews over there. Go check that, Eyes on the Audit. Everyone go open up another tab, subscribe to Eyes on the Audit. Got another question here from Chris. How many parties does the Netherlands have? Is it like Germany where the parties make coalitions?
Basically, there were 17 parties during the elections, and 16 of them are WEF affiliated, So now there are 14. 3 fell out. So, but still, it's going to be very hard to make a coalition,
Well, that might be a blessing in disguise. The less they can legislate, the better, I say,
True. But still, government is totalitarian, In essence, it always expands and grows, and how many parties do USA have? 2, or I believe, right? You have the Democrats and Republicans, as far as I know.
Yeah, I mean the Libertarians and the Green are there, but they don't get like the same national attention. They don't get like on the debates. They're not always on all the ballots even. So it's in effect it is a two-party system. And then again, I mean it's really a one-party system, but because he's the left and the right, they both love Henry Kissinger. But so I wanted to ask you guys. I wanted to go around the cube here and ask you guys, what do you? We're wrapping up 2023. We're about to be in December. We're already long in the tooth in 2023, which is remarkable that we're here. What do you guys have to say about the year 2023? And then what do you think the world's going to start looking like come 2024?
Ladies first.
2023 has been a rough one, I think, for a lot of people. I think it's shown people how to stay tough and to get through hard times. And it's shown people that they're not alone. People can come together and help each other out. And it doesn't just have to be based upon a financial transaction or based upon, the same vicinity that you live in. We can all grow together and learn and be better people together without having to worry about borders and things like that. And I'm hoping that in 2024, we can take some of those ideas and move forward and start getting out there and making those connections.
Very well said.
Thank you.
Mellows, what's your opinion on this year?
Well, this year to come, I mean, this year hasn't finished yet, and there's still some room to move, but I predict another financial collapse. It's going to be hard. They need to create the need for us to switch over to this new digital currency, and while Rishi Sunak is there, they need to push this Bitcoin through as quickly as possible, because I mean he's almost out the door, so they need to take advantage of that. So any minute now, I'm expecting them to create a situation where the solution will be to switch to the cryptocurrency. the new digital controlled central digital currency. It's going ahead, whether we like it or not. I mean, the Bank of England is basically behind the whole move, you know. So the government is just doing whatever they're told to do. But even if Rishi Sunak does get out before they do move to the digital currency, Keir Starmer and his party will just pick up where they left off. It's just one and the same party. They're the same, you know. They just wear different color shirts and ties.
Absolutely. What's your take? And then, guys, if you guys have any questions or comments in the chat, we get them out there for myself and the panel. But yeah, Rozier, what do you think about this year, 2023? How's it been, and any predictions for the upcoming year?
Well, for me personally, it's been hell. You know, sick for quite a while. But on political scale, we still have the war in Ukraine going on, right? The Gaza-Israel thing. There's a standstill, right? So, you know, there's a lot going on politically. There's still a war going on in Sudan, right? No one talks about that anymore.
Yemen too, yep. People forget.
Yemen too. Yeah, I know.
I'm glad you brought up Sudan. I actually forgot. I'm not gonna even lie with you. Like, it's like there's so many damn atrocities and war. I'm like, oh shit, how did I forget about Sudan? Like, Jesus, like.
If you want to know what World War III looks like, just look at the news. You know, just follow the.
For those who wait for World War III to happen, it's already started.
Yeah, it's already started. You know, it's over here in Europe, in Africa, the Middle East, right? It's already started. You know, so coming next year, it's going to be very, very hard.
It's all part of the globalist agenda. You know, these globalists, they have this fundamental belief. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of eugenics. I know Will has.
Exactly. They want to control us.
It is about depopulation, whether you believe it or not, whether you prescribe to those conspiracy theories or not. You know, it's profitable. These people make in extreme.
It's not a conspiracy theory.
Stupid amounts of money out of murdering people, and why would they stop? You know,
look up democide. The statistics of democide, right? 26 million people have died at the hands of government. You know, why should you trust the government? It's
Ronald Reagan once famously quotedly said. The 9 most terrifying words in the English language is "I'm from the government. I'm here to help." Yeah,
exactly.
That's he's, you know, I disagree with Reagan on a lot, but
he can be more right.
more right there. It's like, oh shit, like what the hell, bro?
And Joe Biden famously said once, "I can sum up America with one word: a foot." That was brilliant.
And George Bush once said, "We're going to defeat Iraq by using strategery."
Fool me once, can't fool me again.
Let's just throw a shoe at him and be done with
it. Fool me once, can't fool me again.
And I just want to point out for the viewing audience and the listening audience, every time I do a stream, not every time, but usually there'll be somebody that pokes his head in. Hey, Will, nice scarf. Do you like penis? Hey, Will, you look like a dickhead. Hey, Will, you're a loser. Hey, Will, did you run out of meth today? But you notice every single time I say to them, can you name one thing that I've ever said that is factually incorrect? Have they ever answered that question? No. Yeah, you can say I look stupid. I never said I was a good-looking guy. I'm not here being a male model. I'm not unboxing kittens for you guys.
Well, get up and turn around. Let's have a look. I'm joking.
But the point is here, I'm telling you guys crazy information. I'm giving you guys dope interviews. Bro, I can't tell you how many times on this channel we said shit and then it comes true later, like years and years later. We're the first news. We're the first channel ever to have a sit down debate between Antifa and Proud Boys. We're the first people ever to report the real reason why Jeffrey and Melinda got broke up. I broadcast the real reason why. It wasn't until the next day that the Wall Street Journal picked up on that. We've done a lot. We've got a lot of great information here. And again, if you're just joining, this is not about me. Most of the information, I just either find it or I interview dope people. So yeah, you guys can say I'm ugly and I'm stupid all you want, but it's not about me. And again, even if you are watching for me, I always tell folks to double check and verify everything I say. That's why even Mellows, another famous quote from Ronald Reagan is "Trust but verify." I trust Mellows. Mellows is one of my best friends in the whole world. But we still got to check everything. We got to make sure we're on our P's and Q's. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure we're doing the right thing. And so that's why I always strive to give you guys the best information. I always tell you guys, what do we stand for here at FakeMicRealNews? We're trying to create a more altruistic world through nonviolence and the Socratic method.
I just want to be free. You know, that's what I want. The chains of government need to go, and government needs to shrink, basically.
Hey.
But freedom has a price, and it's called eternal vigilance.
Exactly. Freedom is not free. You have to fight for it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's never given. Freedom's never given. It's always taken.
Yep.
Wasn't it, who sang freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose? Janis Joplin.
Yeah. There are other people who've sung that. Joan Baez or whatever her name is. So Will is suddenly gone.
Probably something work related. I'm sure he'll be back.
So how you been, Roger?
I've been doing well, basically, but not health-wise, basically. So.
Little pussy.
Yep, here she is.
Oh, hello.
I used to have 2 cats, but one died pretty recently. So.
My dog's sitting right behind me. She's helping prop me up at the moment, so she's useful.
Mine's fast asleep.
Nice and warm as well.
You're absolutely right, Supplanter. Trust but verify. Good question, ABC123. That's actually a great question. Yeah, we all we want to do is just be free and left alone, man. I mean, I wouldn't be doing any of this. I'm not like, even if there was just like a little bit of corruption and people like scheming some money or whatever, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be wasting my time. Life is too short. But I mean, I got nephews. I got a nephew. I got family. I got friends, man. Like, I want to live in a free world. These people are out of control. What they're doing, they're above and beyond what they're doing. So, I'm just asking people to stand with me non-violently. Don't even stand with me. Just check out the shit I'm telling you. See if it's fake or not. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. Let's get a final word from our panel here, and also, guys, if you could incessantly promote your projects, where people can find you, so they can catch up with this panel, because you guys are awesome.
Go ahead, Mellows.
Ladies first.
Yeah, okay. It's been really informative tonight. It's been nice to make a few new connections and kind of find out how people feel about what's going on in the world and where we can go to take it and make it better. It's nice to hear that other people actually want to make it better and not just live in their own bubble. And that's really helpful to hear that other people are just as passionate. And I really appreciate just the opportunity to be here. It's the first time seeing some of you. So thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
Over to you.
So I haven't been feeling well for a couple of weeks, and RHTV Live is not really live anymore. So when I get better, we'll do some geopolitics and other stuff again. So yeah.
That sounds cool.
Follow me in RHTV Live. It's my channel, just my name, Roger, just Roger with an
I found you.
I, and you'll find me. And yeah.
Yeah, you
So
do go live quite often.
most of the time it's in Dutch, but I also do English versions. So Mellows,
What can I say? We live in a really shitty world, knowing that it's a shitty world is not enough. Wanting to live in a better world is not enough. The only way forward, in my opinion, is to do, right? To do something, and doing is difficult. Doing is scary. Doing is hard, right? So find yourself like-minded people who can inspire you, can encourage you, and educate you, and together, you are much stronger. Together, you can. You have potential. That's the main thing, that's what they're afraid of, not your capabilities, but your potential.
no bullet can stop an idea whose time has come, right?
Right. So harness your potential, harness the potential of those around you, and use it as a weapon against, this evil change that wants to mold this world around you. Change your world. Be stubborn. Do anything you can, everything you can to, to make a difference. No matter how small, you think it is. That difference means everything. It inspires others around you to get up and do something. So.
Very well said, Mellows. I want to thank Roger for coming on and battling through, man, because this dude's, man, you guys got to go over check some of his videos out, man. This guy be owning people left and right, bro. This guy owns kings, queens, prime ministers, everybody. This guy just drops.
I do what I can. I do what I can.
Honestly, I'm a little jealous. He be laying the hammer down, man. He does a great job. So everyone go check out RHTV Live. That's on Facebook. RHTV Live is on Facebook. RHTV Live is on Facebook. Go over there, give it a like, share, and subscribe. Give it a follow. And Rogier Hop, if someone could put that in the chat, it's ROGIER. It's like Roger with an I after the E. Rogier, ROGIER Hop. Rogier Hop. Check that out. Everyone go check out UK Lady on YouTube also. And Mello, stay tuned for Eyes on the Audit because we got some good stuff coming. And
there are a lot of good things coming.
We're looking. I gotta wrap this up, guys. But too much craziness going on here. But
see you later.
We'll talk soon. Actually, I'm gonna jump into Jitsi. If anybody wants to join the Telegram, find me on all platforms. $ FakeMicRealNews on Cash App, FakeMicRealNews on PayPal, FakeMicRealNews on Twitter, FakeMicRealNews on Instagram, FakeMicRealNews.com. And if you guys want to be added to the Telegram, we got a new Telegram out here. So Supplanter, you got some good information. All these people, I'd love to hear from you. If you're interested, message me on Instagram, FakeMicRealNews, or FakeMicRealNews on Gmail, and we'll throw your ass in the chat. So peace out, guys. Thank you very much. Love you guys. I'll see y'all in Jitsi.
Keep it real.
Bye.